Alrighty, this is our viola, and we're going to go through the parts of the viola. So this is like our head, but we call it the scroll. And then we've got 4 pegs. And you'll see that there's 4 strings on the viola, and each one of these strings gets wrapped around a different peg. Okay, then we've got the neck, right? This is the neck. And then this black board, which is attached to the neck, is the fingerboard. And eventually, we'll be putting our fingers on the fingerboard. Alrighty, we call this part of the viola the body. So head, or really scroll, neck, and here's our body. Front, back. And then we've got a bridge. And the bridge props up the strings. You can see that the strings aren't just, the bridge is not flat, it's curved. So we've got 4 strings running over the bridge. This is the tail piece. And then these guys we call fine tuners. The fine tuners and the pegs are what allow us to adjust the tension of the string, so we can make them tighter or looser. If we want to make one of the sounds of the strings go up, we can turn the peg tighter. And this would be for like a large, sort of need to move it a lot. If you just need to move the string a tiny little bit tighter or looser, you use these guys down here. Then we've got the chin rest, because your chin's going to go on there. And I think we've gone through everything. Oh, wait, we forgot the most important part, the belly button. Okay, so you've learned all the parts of your viola. All right, we've got 4 strings, right? We talked about 4 strings. Let's learn the names of the strings. So the lowest string, C string, this guy right here. Right, that's the low one, C. And then moving up, G, D, and A. So C, G, D, and A. If you want to make up a little saying, you can make up a saying, but C is your lowest string. And if you look at the strings, they're all the same length. They go from, they vibrate from the bridge all the way up to this part of the fingerboard. We actually call that the nut, like peanut. Okay, so the strings are the same length, but if you notice, if you can see, their thickness is different. So the thicker the string, the lower the sound, or in music we call pitch. So that's our lowest pitch. That's the lowest note on the viola. Then G, D, and A. Those are the names of the strings. Okay, now we're going to learn how to hold our viola. Our first position is going to be rest position. So we need to get our feet set. So your left foot is going to be just a tiny little bit more forward than your right foot. And they should be shoulder width apart, approximately. So get a good stance, standing like this. And then you're going to grab your viola around the neck. Okay. And then you're going to stick it under your arm here like this. This is called rest position. And then we're going to go into first position. Boom. That's first position. Okay, here's the hard one. Second position, and you can give yourself a hand. You can cheat a little bit. It's a little hard to do that, so support your viola. We'll call this second position. Rest position, first position, second, and then we want to go into third, which is like this. So let's talk about this for a minute. If you look at the way your left foot is pointing, sort of if you drew a line on the floor and sort of turned your body, it doesn't have to be exact, but matched up your shoulder with that line that your foot is going, and then turn your head, and we're going to create a sandwich, a viola sandwich. Here's a piece of bread, here's a piece of bread, and boom, let's stick in the viola meat, okay? This is how you want to hold it. So let's review. Rest position. Our left hand is around the neck. The left hand is going to be our violin or viola hand. Left hand around the neck. First position. Second position. And really, this is how you want to look. And the viola is resting on here. It's resting on my shoulder. So if I take away my hand, I can kind of hold it like that. It should rest comfortably. Now, some people like to put a little pad on here. You can get a a shoulder rest or a shoulder pad or even a cloth, or you can use an old sponge, anything that if you need it, it might be more comfortable if you need a little bit more space under here. But this is what we want to look like when we're holding our viola. And then for now, you're going to put your left hand right here. One day we'll be up here like that, but for now we're going to be like this. Rest position, feet, right? Rest position, left hand around the neck of the viola. First position, second, sandwich. The sandwich. Get your hand here. This is what you should be looking like. And you can practice in front of a mirror and look at yourself, right? And then when you're ready, you're going to take this hand away. You should be able to stand like that, right? This is good form like this. Viola, just a little bit up. Not like that. Definitely not like that. That would be bad. This is good. All right. Now you know how to hold your viola. Okay. This is our bow. Okay, we've got some different parts to the bow. This is called the frog. Yes, the frog, ribbit. Okay, this is called the tip. This is the middle. Okay, this is typically made out of wood. Sometimes it's made out of other materials, but most of the time it's made out of wood. The white stuff we don't want to touch. It's horsetail hair. And that's what we're going to actually draw against the strings when we're ready to do that. So you've got the frog, this area we call the frog, and then we've got the tip. We refer to this whole area as the tip, and then this is the middle. Okay, and then the horsetail hair, when our bow is put away, it needs to be loose. So watch how I do this. Oh, I'm loosening. You can see the tension of the hair loosen, and the bow relaxes. Okay, this loosens or tightens the bow. So when you put your bow away, it's going to be like that. You just relax the tension, and once it's relaxed, it's good to go. Ready to play, we're going to tighten the bow, and you want it to have just a slight curve. You can see that the hair is tight, okay? But you want it to have a slight curve. You don't want it to look like that. That would be too tight. A slight curve, okay? And these are the parts of the bow. Now we're going to learn how to hold our bow properly. Okay, so what I would do is I would take your left hand and hold the bow like that and try not to touch the horsetail part of the bow. Okay. Thumb is going to go in the U. Boom. Thumb goes in the U. Middle finger makes a ring with the thumb. Check that out. Next finger on the dot. See the dot? Cover the dot. Pinky curled on top. Index finger falls down. This we call the bow grip. The bow grip is the way you hold the bow. And you want your fingers to be evenly spaced apart, curled, and relaxed. Yes, let's do the bow grip again. Okay, so I'm going to hold my bow like this. Okay, see that? Now, with a relaxed hand, I'm not tight, I'm not Darth Vader. Okay, I take my thumb and I stick it in the U. Middle finger makes a ring with the thumb. There's my ring. Index finger or next finger on the dot. Pinky curled on top. Index finger falls down and is curled. Notice that my hand is not like this. It's like that. And look at where my arm is. You can see these positions, so you can try to recreate this yourself, but your fingers are relaxed. Okay, and you can do the seesaw. This is a good exercise. Okay, keeping the bow grip. You can't let your fingers fall apart like this. Okay, you can do the seesaw. Then you could do the windshield wipers. Okay, look at the windshield wipers. I'm keeping my bow grip with nice finger position, and I'm doing the windshield wipers. Okay, there's that. And then I just learned this one the other day. I've been playing the violin and viola a long time, but the gate, open and close the gate. Look at that. These are all little exercises. Do this one a lot, and do it in 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take it off, shake it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do that 10 times every day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the key is to keep your wrist and your hand relaxed. You're not squeezing so that when you try to pull up a finger, it's like super tight. No, you're easy going. Okay, this is how we hold the bow, and this is a beautiful bow grip.